Hey everyone, welcome back to GameCron X, your number one spot for all the latest gaming updates and deep dive news stories. Today, we've got some absolutely massive news that's set to shake up the gaming landscape this summer. Grab your snacks and get comfortable because we're talking about a 2-for-1 drop. The highly anticipated Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 are reportedly launching alongside the new Nintendo Switch 2 this coming June. That's right. For those of you who've been following the enigmatic world of Deltarune, this is huge. Not only are we getting more of the quirky, intriguing narrative and unforgettable characters that Toby Fox fans have come to adore, but this release is also happening at a very exciting time with Nintendo unveiling their next-generation handheld console. In today's update, we're going to unpack everything we know so far, speculate a bit on what we can expect, and dive into what this collaboration might mean for the future of both Deltarune and Nintendo's platform. So let's get into it. Before we get into the specifics of the new chapters and the Nintendo Switch 2, let's take a moment to talk about what makes Deltarune so special. For those who might be new here, Deltarune is the creation of Toby Fox, the mastermind behind the cult classic Undertale. Unlike its predecessor, Deltarune offers us a fresh narrative, layered storytelling, and innovative gameplay mechanics that challenge both our expectations and the norms of the RPG genre. Since the release of Chapter 1, fans have been hanging on to every cryptic clue, every character development, and every twist that Toby Fox has woven into the storyline. With its unique art style, memorable music, and a narrative that continually blurs the line between humor and darkness, Deltarune has carved out its own niche. The series has built a passionate fanbase that thrives on theory crafting, discussions, and a collective anticipation for what's next. Now, with the promise of Chapters 3 and 4 on the horizon, the stakes are higher than ever. We're talking about an expansion of the world we've come to know and love, deeper dives into the lore, and, most intriguingly, the possibility of tying in new gameplay features that could redefine the experience even further. The IGN article we're discussing today hints at a dual launch that ties in with another major event, the unveiling of the Nintendo Switch 2. According to the IGN report, Nintendo has some exciting plans up its sleeve. In an unexpected but thrilling announcement, it appears that Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 are set to launch concurrently with the new Nintendo Switch 2 this coming June. This simultaneous release is generating a ton of buzz, not only because it's a major update for Deltarune fans, but also because it positions the Nintendo Switch 2 as the next big platform for innovative, narrative-driven games. Let's break down why this matters so much. First, the dual launch represents a convergence of two significant trends in the gaming industry: the evolution of handheld console technology and the rise of indie, story-driven games that challenge traditional narratives. The Nintendo Switch 2 is already being touted as a major leap forward, with improved hardware, enhanced graphics capabilities, and a host of new features designed to make gaming more immersive than ever before. Meanwhile, Deltarune has always been about pushing the boundaries of storytelling and gameplay. The prospect of these two forces coming together creates a perfect storm of excitement. Not only do we get new chapters that promise to expand the Deltarune universe, but we also get a taste of what the future of portable gaming might look like. For fans and industry watchers alike, this is a clear signal that innovation in both game design and console technology is reaching a thrilling new peak. Of course, there's still plenty we don't know. IGN's coverage offers tantalizing hints, such as new gameplay mechanics and expanded storylines, but leaves a lot to the imagination. Is this the moment when Toby Fox finally reveals the full scope of the Deltarune saga? Could there be surprises in store that might change the way we think about narrative-driven games? These are the questions that have us all on the edge of our seats. Now let's dive deeper into what we can expect from the upcoming chapters. Although the IGN report is our primary source right now, here's what we're speculating based on previous releases and hints dropped by Toby Fox in interviews and on social media. Chapters 3 and 4 promise to take us further into the mysterious world of Deltarune. If you thought the first chapter was layered and full of surprises, just wait until you see where the story is headed next. Expect to encounter new characters, confront unexpected alliances, and face moral dilemmas that force you to rethink everything you thought you knew about this universe. One of the most exciting aspects of Deltarune is how it experiments with gameplay. Rumors suggest that these new chapters could introduce entirely new mechanics, possibly blending genres in ways we haven't seen before. Imagine puzzles that not only challenge your intellect, but also tie directly into the emotional core of the story, or combat sequences that are as much about narrative choice as they are about reflexes. With the Nintendo Switch 2's enhanced capabilities, these innovations could be executed with even greater finesse and visual flair. With the advent of next-generation hardware like the Switch 2, it's natural to expect that Deltarune's already impressive art style and soundtrack will receive significant upgrades. Enhanced graphics could bring the quirky and colorful world of Deltarune to life in unprecedented detail. And when it comes to music, fans are eagerly anticipating new themes that complement the evolving narrative. Toby Fox is known for creating unforgettable scores, and it's likely that the new chapters will feature a soundtrack that's both innovative and deeply atmospheric. For those of you who love to theorize and analyze every detail, chapters 3 and 4 are set to deliver a wealth of new lore. The cryptic hints and Easter eggs that have been a staple of Deltarune's charm will likely continue, providing endless material for community discussions and fan theories. Expect to see more about the origins of the game's world, the significance of its recurring symbols, and perhaps even a closer look at the backstories of your favorite characters. Perhaps one of the most exciting aspects of this news is how the release is synchronized with the Nintendo Switch 2 launch. This synergy isn't just a marketing coup. It signals a deep integration between game development and hardware innovation. The new chapters could be optimized to showcase the best of what the Switch 2 has to offer, from high-fidelity graphics to seamless online play and new interactive features that take advantage of the console's improved controls and connectivity options. In short, if you've been on the edge of your seat waiting for more of Deltarune's enigmatic charm, now is the time to get ready. With expanded narrative depth, innovative gameplay, and the impressive technological prowess of the Nintendo Switch 2 behind it, Chapters 3 and 4 are shaping up to be one of the most significant gaming events of the year. Let's shift gears and talk about the hardware for a moment, the Nintendo Switch 2. For years, the original Nintendo Switch has been a game-changer, revolutionizing how we think about portable gaming with its unique hybrid design. Now, the Switch 2 is expected to take this concept even further. The new Switch 2 is rumored to feature a range of improvements that will make it a powerhouse in the handheld console market. With upgraded processing power, better battery life, and an enhanced display, this next-generation device is set to deliver a more immersive and responsive gaming experience. For Deltarune, this means that the game can utilize these enhancements to deliver even more stunning visuals and smoother gameplay. Nintendo has always been at the forefront of innovation, and the Switch 2 is no exception. With its advanced hardware, developers will have the freedom to experiment with new genres and gameplay mechanics. Deltarune's Chapters 3 and 4 might just be the first in a series of titles that push the boundaries of what's possible on a handheld console. Imagine real-time, dynamic interactions that blur the lines between traditional RPG elements and more modern, fluid gameplay. That's the promise of this new era. Another area where the Switch 2 is expected to shine is in its integration with online services. Whether it's cloud saves, multiplayer experiences, or streaming capabilities, the new console is set to offer a more connected and community-focused gaming experience. For a game like Deltarune, which has cultivated a strong and dedicated online fanbase, these features could mean smoother updates, easier sharing of fan art and theories, and perhaps even live events tied directly into the game's narrative. The fact that Deltarune is launching alongside the Switch 2 is more than a simple scheduling coincidence. It represents a broader shift in the gaming landscape where indie titles and major hardware launches are intertwined. For many gamers, the appeal of the Nintendo Switch has always been its ability to offer high-quality gaming on the go. With the Switch 2's improved capabilities, we're looking at a future where portable gaming is not just a convenience. It's an entirely new way of experiencing games. And Deltarune's new chapters are perfectly poised to take advantage of this shift. In our view, this launch is a win-win scenario. The new chapters get the benefit of being paired with cutting-edge hardware, while the Switch 2 receives a flagship title that can help define its identity in a competitive market. It's a strategic move that highlights the evolving synergy between game developers and hardware innovators, something that will undoubtedly shape the future of gaming in the years to come. Now, let's talk about you, the community. As you might imagine, news like this sends ripples through the passionate fan communities online. Social media platforms, gaming forums, and even YouTube comment sections are buzzing with excitement, speculation, and a whole lot of enthusiasm. Deltarune fans are known for their intricate theories and deep dives into every piece of lore. With the announcement of Chapters 3 and 4, many fans are speculating on how the story will evolve. Will we finally learn more about the mysterious symbols that have appeared throughout the game? How will the new chapters tie into the overall narrative arc that Toby Fox has been teasing since Chapter 1? While the IGN article leaves us with more questions than answers, this ambiguity is part of what makes Deltarune so compelling. There's also a strong sense of nostalgia mixed with anticipation in the community. Many gamers have fond memories of the first chapter. Its quirky humor, its unpredictable narrative twists, and its emotional depth. The upcoming release is not just about getting more content. It's about returning to a world that has left an indelible mark on the indie gaming scene. Fans are eager to see how the new chapters will build on that legacy and what new experiences they'll deliver. This release is also being seen as a major moment for indie games as a whole. Deltarune has always been a flagship example of what independent game development can achieve when paired with creative storytelling and innovative design. With the backing of a major platform like the Nintendo Switch 2, it sends a powerful message about the potential of indie titles to not only compete with, but also complement big-budget releases. This has sparked discussions across the industry about the increasing role of indie games in shaping the future of gaming, both in terms of narrative innovation and technological advancement. Across Twitter, Reddit, and dedicated Deltarune fan sites, the reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. Some fans have expressed that the dual launch represents a perfect storm of gaming innovation, a true convergence of storytelling brilliance and cutting-edge hardware. Others are curious about the technical details, wondering how the new capabilities of the Switch 2 might change the way we interact with the game. Regardless of the varied opinions, one thing is clear. Anticipation is sky-high, and this news has cemented Deltarune's status as one of the most eagerly awaited releases in recent memory. This simultaneous launch isn't just big news for Deltarune fans or Nintendo enthusiasts. It has broader implications for the gaming industry as a whole. For a long time, there's been a clear division in the industry between indie titles and major AAA releases. However, with the rise of platforms like the Nintendo Switch and the increasing quality of indie games, that divide is blurring. Today's news is a prime example of this shift. We're seeing a scenario where a game that originated as an indie passion project is now at the forefront of a major console launch. This not only underscores the creative potential of indie developers, but also highlights how hardware manufacturers are now more open to innovative, narrative-driven titles that can push the boundaries of their new devices. Exclusivity has always been a critical factor in console wars. By aligning the release of Deltarune's new chapters with the Nintendo Switch 2 launch, Nintendo is not only creating buzz for its new hardware, but also positioning its platform as a hub for cutting-edge, creative gaming experiences. This move is likely to influence how future titles are timed and marketed, with developers and publishers looking for ways to create synergy between their game releases and major hardware announcements. So, what does this mean for the future? For starters, it signals that we might see more collaborations between indie developers and console manufacturers. As hardware becomes more sophisticated, the opportunities for integrating innovative gameplay mechanics and storytelling techniques grow exponentially. This could lead to a new wave of game design where the limitations of previous generations are broken, paving the way for truly immersive and interactive experiences. Furthermore, the success of such launches could encourage more developers to push for simultaneous or coordinated releases that maximize both narrative impact and technological showcase. For the industry, this is an exciting time, one where the barriers between different segments of gaming are dissolving, leading to a richer, more diverse landscape that benefits both creators and players alike. While we've covered a lot of what we know, it's also time to engage in some good old-fashioned speculation. Because when it comes to Deltarune and the Nintendo Switch 2, the possibilities are endless. One of the more exciting theories floating around is the possibility of cross-promotional content or even cameo appearances within the new chapters that pay homage to classic Nintendo franchises. While nothing concrete has been confirmed, the idea that Deltarune might integrate subtle nods to iconic Nintendo characters or themes isn't out of the realm of possibility. Imagine a quirky in-game reference or even an Easter egg that ties the worlds together in a playful way. It would be a dream come true for fans of both properties. Another topic that's sparking conversation is the potential for increased replayability. Given Deltarune's reputation for branching storylines and hidden secrets, these new chapters could be designed in a way that encourages multiple playthroughs. Perhaps we'll see new difficulty modes, alternate endings, or hidden subplots that only reveal themselves under certain conditions. With the improved processing power and display of the Switch 2, these features could be implemented with greater precision and polish than ever before. For us content creators at GameCronX, this release is a gold mine. The synchronized launch with the Nintendo Switch 2 means that we'll have plenty of fresh content to cover, from live streams of the gameplay to in-depth analysis of every twist and turn in the story. The community is already buzzing with potential topics for discussion, from detailed breakdowns of character arcs to theory crafting about the game's overarching narrative. This level of engagement is what makes gaming news so exciting, and we can't wait to dive into every aspect as the launch date draws nearer. Looking further ahead, the success of Chapters 3 and 4 could very well shape the future of the Deltarune franchise. If these chapters live up to the hype, both in narrative depth and in technical brilliance, we could be looking at a series that sets new standards for episodic storytelling in video games. There's a real possibility that we're witnessing the evolution of how narrative-driven games are developed and released, with Deltarune leading the charge into a new era of interactive storytelling. Lastly, let's not forget the role of community feedback. Over the years, fans have been incredibly vocal about what they love and what they'd like to see improved in Deltarune. This collaborative spirit between developers and fans has the potential to drive future updates, DLC, or even spin-off content that further enriches the Deltarune universe. As we get closer to the launch, we can expect to see more direct engagement from the team, perhaps even live Q&A sessions or behind-the-scenes looks at the development process. This level of transparency and community involvement could set a new standard for how games and platforms interact with their audiences. As we wrap up today's update, let's take a moment to reflect on just how monumental this upcoming launch is. The simultaneous release of Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 alongside the Nintendo Switch 2 isn't just a scheduling coincidence. It's a signal of the exciting changes taking place in the gaming world. We're talking about a convergence of high-quality storytelling, innovative gameplay, and next-generation hardware that could redefine what we expect from both indie titles and major console releases. Whether you're a diehard Deltarune fan, a Nintendo enthusiast, or just someone who loves to see the boundaries of gaming pushed further every day, there's a lot to be excited about in the coming months. So here's what we want you to do. Stay tuned to GameCronX for more updates as this story develops. We'll be bringing you the latest news, exclusive interviews, in-depth analysis, and plenty of community-driven content as we get closer to the launch date. And if you're as excited as we are, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your theories, your hopes, and what you're most excited about for Deltarune and the new Switch 2. This is Your Name, signing off for now. Until next time, keep gaming, keep theorizing, and most importantly, stay curious. All right, folks, that wraps up our deep dive update for today. Let's do a quick recap. Chapters 3 and 4 promise expanded narratives, innovative gameplay, and deeper lore, taking everything that made the first chapter so compelling and elevating it to a whole new level. With the Switch 2's rumored enhanced capabilities, the dual launch is set to deliver a gaming experience that's visually stunning and technically advanced. This release marks a significant convergence between indie brilliance and hardware innovation, signaling a promising future for both game developers and console manufacturers. The community is buzzing with excitement, from deep dive theories to discussions about potential new gameplay mechanics and storylines. Beyond the immediate release, the collaboration between Deltarune and Nintendo sets the stage for more dynamic, interactive, and community-driven gaming experiences down the road. Before we go, let's address some questions from our community that we've been gathering over the past few days. Will there be any exclusive features on the Switch 2 version of Deltarune? While the IGN article hints at enhancements, details are still under wraps. However, given the hardware's capabilities, it's likely we'll see features that take full advantage of the Switch 2's improved performance and connectivity. How will the new gameplay mechanics impact the narrative? That's one of the most exciting aspects to watch. Toby Fox has always blended gameplay with narrative seamlessly, so expect mechanics that are deeply interwoven with the storytelling, enhancing both the emotional and strategic layers of the game. Do you think this dual launch will influence other developers to synchronize their releases with hardware launches? Absolutely. This is a trend that could very well shape the future of game development. When a major hardware launch is paired with a standout title, it creates a buzz that benefits both parties and sets a benchmark for coordinated marketing and innovation. And finally, for those of you who have been following Deltarune since its inception, what are your theories for the upcoming chapters? Let us know in the comments below. Your ideas and discussions fuel the passion behind this incredible community. Thank you all for joining me on this extensive update. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more news, reviews, and exclusive content right here on GameCronX. We've got a lot more coming your way, so be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our updates. This has been a massive moment for gaming, a moment where narrative ambition meets next-generation hardware, creating an exciting horizon that we're all going to explore together. Until next time, keep your controllers charged and your curiosity alive. This is your name from GameCronX signing off. Remember, every like, share, and comment helps us bring you more high-quality content. So get involved and let us know what you think about the upcoming release. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next update. This concludes our news update on the simultaneous launch of Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 with the Nintendo Switch 2. We've explored every angle, from narrative expansion and gameplay innovation to hardware enhancements and community reactions. With the gaming world evolving rapidly, moments like these remind us just how dynamic and exciting this industry truly is. Thank you for tuning in to GameCronX. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comment section below. And remember, this is just the beginning. The future of gaming is here, and we're all along for the ride.